ERC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
You've clicked on the Weather Xtreme video from ABC 3340. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters with you on this December the 29th edition. Thought we'd take a look at the temperature trace from my weather station from yesterday. Wondered if you can tell what time the drier, cooler air got here. Thought it was interesting to look at that trace this morning and a nice continuous fall after the front went through yesterday. Here's a look at the Skycam network. There's Clanton this morning, a little bit of sun color or a little bit of brightness in the sky as we look over the courthouse down there. And we can see a little bit of breaks in the clouds up around Hamilton. We do have cloudy skies this morning. And it's kind of soupy up there at Mount Cheehaw. I certainly do love the images up there, even if they are in the clouds or in the fog up there. The surface front is stretching now from the Carolinas down into southeastern Alabama and into the Gulf, and it looks like the front's not going to make it a whole lot further as a result of a pretty strong southwesterly flow aloft, the front becoming pretty much parallel to the upper flow, so it's not going to progress much further. Still warm over Florida. I noticed Key West, 74. Kind of sounds pretty nice when we're down around the lower 40s. And speaking of temperatures in central Alabama, there we go. We can see that it's still a bit cooler over North Mississippi and West Tennessee, where they're in the 20s and 30s, but we're generally in the 40s, and a bit of a boundary in there as we can see where the front is. Now, we are seeing a few echoes down to the south, from Montgomery down into southeast Alabama. And with the southwesterly flow, it looks like we are going to see some clouds today, but I do believe we may see a few peaks at the sun this afternoon. Clouds return overnight and we get some rain, and here's the 5-day forecast. This is primarily going to occur during the day on Sunday, so it looks like a good 1 to 2 inches are possible. All right, here's the 06Z GFS model run. This is a 500 millibar pattern for today. And you can see the fairly broad, relatively long wave trough over the central part of the country, over Texas and Oklahoma. And that is keeping things a little bit moist across the southeast as we have a southwesterly flow here, not allowing the front to make much progress. That broad long wave trough sharpens up somewhat on Sunday, and as it does, it's going to bring some moisture back northward. And as a result, we're going to see some rain. Now, it looks like we could see a band of relatively heavy rain. And the question is, where's that band going to be? And there seems to be indications now that it'll be south of Birmingham, and you're going to fall off in rainfall. So it's a possibility that, for example, northwest Alabama might not see much tomorrow. As we progress out, this is Monday, the last day of 2007, and the one little energy impulse going through the flow is up over New England, and a couple more are falling into it. The result is that we're going to turn dry on Monday as the front finally makes it all the way through as the storm system gets off the Atlantic coast. The long wave trough plunges in here, and we're going to get some reinforcement of that. And with it, notice the thickness values. There's the 540 line. Looks like it's all the way down to about Clanton by January 1st, so we're going to be turning much colder. The trough continues to migrate slowly eastward, and as it does, it intensifies somewhat. And with that, the thicknesses plunge even more, and it looks like the 540 line still down around the Birmingham area on Wednesday. Now, if we do clear out, and of course there's some signs there of some clouds, especially over East Tennessee, perhaps even some snow flurries, but if we do clear out, it could be their coldest morning with temperatures around 20 for the lows. By Thursday, the upper air pattern is becoming much more zonal as we're coming under a broad ridge, and with that, of course, the surface high keeping us dry. And notice the thicknesses, 540 line now way up into western Virginia. The ridge stays with us on the 4th, and then again on the 5th, we're seeing a little impulse fly by off to the north of us, and that will bring some clouds and perhaps a small chance for some rain on Saturday, but it doesn't look like a significant rain event. We continue with a moderate southwesterly flow on Sunday, and that could keep us in a little bit of moisture with, again, not a big rain event. Now let's go out into Voodoo Land, and we have some changes coming. Here's the 8th of January, and bingo, look at the big trough once again, and that is going to be responsible for a nice storm system. So the flow maintaining a pretty progressive pattern. We see another trough by the 11th that also promises another storm system, but this one doesn't look to be quite as intense. And then still another one on the 13th, and with that, another deep low. And look at this. Look at those thickness values all the way down, 540 all the way down to northwest Florida, with the possibility of some moisture and maybe a lower latitude forming low. We'll wait and see on that one, though. That's Voodoo Land, so we're not quite sure about that. Well, we appreciate you tuning in to the Weather Xtreme video. Should have another one posted tomorrow morning. Certainly hope that you have a great Saturday, and God bless.
Weather.